Welcome back to another episode. This is the NBA episode here. And who I'm here with today?
Justin Helms, host of At the Helm,
All right, for the NBA, what have you seen so far in the season amongst players and teams?
I'm seeing a lot of teams that have risen up those ranks that we didn't really expect. Like in the East, I'll say the East is pretty, like, what we're seeing at the top makes sense. Boston, Sixers, Milwaukee, Nets. You could have went both ways. Just depends on what they did off the court. To me, more for the Nets, and they did what they needed to do off the court. So now they look good on the court. Cavs are where they're supposed to be. Heat finally getting back to where they're supposed to be. They were way down there, like first, 20, 30 games of the season. They really started getting it back together. And then after that, it about makes sense, honestly. In the West is where it is really like things got shook up, bro. Like the Kings, number 3, the Kings, Kevin Herter, bro. Harrison Barnes out there looking like solid pieces, bro. Solid role players. De'Aaron Fox is playing better than we've seen him, I think, so far in his career. And Sabonis out there giving exactly what they needed, bro. And I have to give my credit to what's coach name? Mike Brown.
Yeah, Coach Mike Brown.
Mike Brown. Yeah, he went out there and he did his job, bro. Shout out to Mike Brown. Like, I love to see that, bro. Like, he's one of those coaches that you like to root for because he's a players type coach and he likes to get hype and everything like that. Like, I just like seeing him. But I will say the Pelicans being as good as they are, with Zion missing as many games as he does, and Brandon Ingram has barely even played this season, is really kind of crazy. Like, and it shows what they can do defensively, that they're really locked in, and Willie Green is coaching quite well. Like, their role players that come off the bench, like, that have been starting, have proven that whenever they go back to the bench and it's their time to show out in playoffs and stuff like that, like, it's going to look real good. But yeah, I'll save the rest for later because, like, there's some things I'll talk about later. But yeah, I think that's what I've seen really is, like, some teams have really stepped up this season that I haven't expected them to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For what I've seen so far, this season's like the East is top heavy. The good teams are going to stand out. The great teams are going to stand out. They're going to make sure their spot is solidified in the playoffs. On the West, it's like after the Kings, it's really anybody's race for that fourth spot.
For sure.
Because once the Warriors get 100% healthy and get things rolling, they're going to go on a run. Once the Lakers, I'd say the Lakers can get a playing spot once they get healthy and they start getting things rolling. Because we have seen what Anthony Davis is capable of to play at an MVP level with the way LeBron's playing, with the acquisition with Rui Hachimura, and also with Russ coming off the bench and having great energy guys with Patrick Beverly.
Giving good minutes now too. Thomas Bryant,
Thomas Bryant, and we can't forget their crucial free agent signing with Lonnie Walker. So it's just like things can turn around, but Phoenix, it's just a lot of nonsense going on. They have to figure themselves out.
It's time to tear that apart. I mean, but
Utah, the emergence of your front court with Lauri Markkanen playing at a most improved level, and also Walker Kessler, who's basically replaced Rudy Gobert very seamlessly, coming in, being in the dunker spot, altering, blocking shots, being a defensive presence that you need. And Utah's looking pretty good. Minnesota, you just threw away your future for Rudy Gobert. It's kind of bad.
That's the odd.
I kind of expected a little bit more. Ant has shows flashes of growing to a number one player for the team.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers,
my choice for most improved coming into the season, and if it wasn't for Lauri, I think he'd be there.
Yeah, he'll be up there for sure. The Nuggets are doing great things. The Celtics, gosh, they're so good. Mm-hmm. They literally got a 6-man a year with Malcolm Brogdon for literally nothing.
Yep.
for nothing. So
Gave bro away.
so it's little things like that. So
Imagine if they had Gallo too, bro. Because Gallo got hurt. He'd sign with him, bro. Like,
Jesus,
bench is insane.
that team would be crazy. But that's how I look at it this season. What team? I'll ask you this: what teams have caught your eye in a good or bad way?
I think I kind of already mentioned it. Like, of course, the Kings have caught my eye in a really good way. The Clippers caught my eye in a good way. Like, they seem like a team that always seems just like so okay with being like mediocre, like throughout the season, because they'd rather play at a 4th, 5th seed and get a team that maybe isn't that great. Like, but they've come out there even without Kawhi. They were getting wins and stuff like that. John Wall's been playing well. Reggie Jackson's been playing well. Zubac has been playing a lot better than we've seen in recent years and everything like that. Marcus Morris stepped up. So I think that now that they got Kawhi back, they can really make that push for after the break and everything and see what will go on with that team. Caught my eye in a bad way. Timberwolves. I think I came onto this podcast and my own podcast and said straight up, bro, the biggest team that's going to disappoint right now is going to be the Timberwolves. Like that, them making that front court with Cat and Rudy was stupid. Like, I won't lie. Like, that was never going to gel together. You're going to have to get a great coach for that to look like it makes sense, honestly, bro. Because now you got Cat playing outside the post and stuff, bro, and he's just not – he can stretch the floor, but he doesn't need to be doing that all the time. Like, it looks weird. So that was a really crazy acquisition to me. Like, that should have never happened. Caught my eye in a bad way. Also, the Suns. Of course, Devin Booker and Chris Paul has been hurt, but would they be in this position if they were still on the floor? I think they would still be kind of one of the lower teams in terms of, like, I'd say maybe 5th to 7th seed, and right now they're the 7th, so that doesn't really surprise me. Like, they've caught my eye in terms of, like, it makes sense that they're this bad, but I think it would be this way even if all their guys were healthy, too. Caught my eye in a good way. The Heat shouldn't have rose up the way they did. Like, I don't know what was going on at the beginning of the season. I predicted the Heat to be one of my disappointing teams so far too, and they're kind of proving me wrong right now. They have the chance to maybe even get into that 5th seed if Cleveland loses a couple games. So we'll see what goes on with that. It all just depends what they can do offensively, because defensively they've been pretty solid. And also the Raptors caught my eye in a bad way. That team it doesn't fit. Like, there's a lot of pieces on that team that just, I don't know, like, they either need to trade something or have a different system or something. Because right now, like, they have a lot of really decent players, bro. Like, I don't know why they aren't at least in a play-in spot. Like, they should not be below the Bulls and Wizards.
For me, I say the Kings caught my eye in a really good way. The Kings had done a tremendous job with acquiring players they wanted to come into their culture with. Kevin Huerter, signing Malik Monk, getting guys that you know that will buy into your culture, and also sustaining Sabonis and Fox. That duo, is paid dividends, and they look great both ways, and it's leading to success. Also, Mike Brown coming from the Warriors system, so he knows what winning basketball looks like. So
Yep.
he's implemented that into the Kings, and it shows on the court that the players are giving 100% effort on both ends, and I really enjoy seeing that. A team that I'm disappointed in the West, I'm gonna have to say Timberwolves, because with the way you guys had a win now mentality, why are you guys the 9th seed? And
Everything they gave up to give Rudy, and the Jazz still look just about as good as them, if actually are a higher place than them right now. That's gross. Like,
yeah, so I have to say Minnesota has to fix it, or the Rudy trade was like one of the worst trades in recent memory.
Yep.
For the East, who has caught my eye in a good way, I'll say the New York Knicks, actually, for me.
I give them their credit too.
Because Jalen Brunson we thought it was overpaid, but he's been playing at a really high level. Julius Randle got back to himself after disappointed last season. He got back to his normal self, hitting contested shots, getting down to the rim, playing bully ball, fighting for boards, and it's paid. The team has been playing pretty well, but free Cam Reddish.
Oh God, free Cam Reddish.
But another team that's caught my eye in a good way, I'll say the Nets, because with KD being out, with Kyrie being out sometimes, with KD being out, you guys still find a way to stay afloat, be a top 5 seed, and Kyrie has played tremendous in the past couple of weeks without KD.
He's clutching. Ben Simmons is still a liability. Kyrie's putting that team together. Him and TJ McConnell, bro. Which is crazy.
Yeah, but an underrated signing that they have was Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal has done a great job of getting things together, getting things going on the defensive end for that team, along with Nick Claxton as well. Nick Claxton has showed really good progress throughout the season. So we'll see how this season goes for them, but they have come out in a good way. And a team that's come out in a bad way is the Bulls and the Raptors, because the Bulls, you guys have too much money on the line with paying Zach LaVine, paying Vucevic, paying DeMar DeRozan, all this type of money just to be a 10th seed behind a young Pacers team, and it's just not a good look.
I agree. And then the Bulls fans keep coming on Twitter talking about, wait till we get Lonzo back. Like, Lonzo's not going to be the thing that changes what's the move. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then another team I'm disappointed in is I'm just putting the Raptors, because there's two. You guys won the championship 2019. You guys made the playoffs so many times, so consistently. You guys gave the Celtics a run for their money in the bubble. You guys kept giving your first round matchups a lot of fight, but now it's just like, why aren't these pieces? Yeah. Like, why aren't these pieces coming together? You guys have a great young star and Scotty Barnes. You have a great star right now and Pascal Siakam, with other complementing pieces with Fran VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Precious Achua, all these guys. Why aren't you guys clicking right now? So they might have to blow it up. They might have to be sellers at the trade market. But that's all I have to say for teams that have caught my eye. So now that Tracy's coming up, what players do you think that would be traded?
One of the players you just talked about, I think Siakam should get traded. I won't lie. I look at that team and I say you could really go two directions. You could, Scotty Barnes is your first round pick. I mean, I don't think he's, well, was he first round pick? I forget. He was y'all's pick recently.
He was first overall.
So yeah, exactly. So he's first round pick. You're not going to get rid of him. You have to at least ride that out for a couple more years to see what's going to happen with that. But after that, the only other piece on that team that I think you should be for sure keeping is either you got to decide, do you want Siakam or do you want OG Anunoby? Right now, I'm leaning OG Anunoby. You can get a lot of stuff from a player like Siakam. Siakam's a great player, been great for the Raptors and done a lot of good things, bro. But sometimes it comes to that point where your time is past. I won't say that Siakam's out of his prime, that he's this or that or whatever, but he's not a number one option. He can't be a number one option for a playoff team. He's a great number two. I think down the line, OG or Scotty could possibly be a number one option for a team like this. So I think you get rid of Siakam. You see what you can get out of Fred VanVleet as well, who hasn't been playing great this season. And then you rebuild around OG and Scotty. I think that's the best thing I think the Raptors could do right now, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree with you with that. You said Siakam. When you said Siakam, I thought about him going to the Mavs.
That would be a great move. Send Christian Wood over to the Raptors.
Yeah.
That would be an upgrade automatically. He'd be a starter.
Yeah. So I say that.
I think that'd be a really good move. Another move that I talked about earlier with you is I told you Suns got to tear down. Suns got to restart. Suns thought they could get it together. They thought they had their run. They went to the finals and everything, got beat by the Bucks, and then just kind of fell apart over and over and over against them. Monty Williams has started to look a little bit worse. DeAndre Ayton's not even locked in. Like, he don't care about being there. Seems like the only players who actually care about being there and winning is like Mikal Bridges, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, he's really, and I said players, the only player, like, to me. But Ayton, you see what you can get from him. I think that's another player that could get traded to the Mavs, and they'd be a lot better at that center position automatically. Just depends on how much Luke is willing to put up with Ayton antics, because you can tell Luke is one of those players, like, he don't play, bro. Like, if you're a teammate that's going to do stupid stuff, he's going to let you know. Like, there's a lot of players have come out and said, like, Luke is tough on him. Like, he lets them know, like, you suck, like, if you suck. So if Ayton's willing to take that criticism, I think that would be a good place for him to go. I said this. I do think it would be, this is more in the realm of, like, bold, but trading Devin Booker or Chris Paul. Either one of those players you trade to the Heat, get back Tyler Hero, get some money, get some picks. The Heat have much needed offense that they need back, and then on top of that, you can start to rebuild in with Hero in that system and see what you can do with Hero and Mikal Bridges and go with that for the future. Another team that I think should be tearing down, but I know they won't. The Blazers. The Blazers, they do this every single season. You hire Chauncey Billups. You think, oh, yeah, we can get it together. You get Jeremy Grant. You have Anthony Simons playing the best he's ever playing, and you're still a freaking 12 seed, bro. Like, y'all suck, bro. Like, y'all need to start it over. Like, that's really trash. Like, you're wasting Anthony Simons. Nurkic is mid. I'm sorry. Nurkic can only do so much, bro. Like, and Dame needs to have some sense of urgency in his career to realize that I can't go out this way. Like, this is not, I don't want my career and legacy just to be known as what, Melo. Like, I can put up points, but it's not doing anything. Like, I'm not helping my team right now, bro. So I think they need to tear that down. Start Anthony Simons is your centerpiece. I won't say just trade Dame for anything. See what you can really get out of a Dame trade. I would really shop him around the league, find the best possible option, and you can get a bunch back. Keep Anthony, keep Jeremy Grant, get Nurkic out of there, and see what you can do with that. I think Spurs should make some trades too. They're in that Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. If you really want to have a chance to get that boy, bruh, get Jakob Poeltl out there, and then keep going with what you have so far, because I do think they have some solid pieces in there, Sochan and Vassell and Johnson. So
I think Kelly Oubre will be traded, and I think that he will go. I think who should go after him? I think.
Oubre to who though?
He's been in like a winning system, and he knows how to play his role. So I'll say underrated, the Cavaliers.
Oubre to the Cavs?
Yeah.
I don't think that'd be bad. He's off the bench still.
No, he's not.
Who's he starting over?
They would trade Isaac Okoro.
Isaac Okoro don't start. Does he start?
Yes, he does.
What? I thought Karras started.
No, Karras comes off the bench.
That's actually crazy.
Karras starts.
Crazy. Karras should start. But I would say a team I think they should, that could maybe go, because it seems like the Nets, for some reason, so bad want like a stretch four type player. Like,
yeah,
I think the Nets wouldn't be bad there. Also, don't think it'd be bad on the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's true.
They need a little bit more offense than what they have, to me, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, but
take the house.
Yeah. So and another person. Oh, Gary Trent Jr. I think I think every team needs a shooter, and I think the Raptors could get a little bit back from him since he's like only 24. He's not old. He's young. He's a good scorer, and he can knock lob on down for a good bit. So Gary Trent, like the Lakers need something, but it'll take a little minute for the Lakers to get something going. But if not, Gary, I want to see Gary Trent.
The Hawks.
Who would y'all give up though?
I'll gladly give up Bogey. I'm not gonna lie. Bogey's been so good this season. Bro. He's not worth Gary Trent is worth more than Bogey, but I would give him up Bogey and a pick or something.
Okay. So Gary Trent to the Hawks and everything. Okay, so now tell me players that are deserving of an All-Star spot, but probably will not get it.
First, to do this, you have to determine who's gonna be an All-Star, bro. Like who do we know for a fact are gonna be All-Stars this season? And in the West, I mean, it's kind of up and down. I will say some players that I do think that's not gonna make it. I can do this. Players that I don't think they're gonna make it that could though. CJ McCollum, he's probably not gonna make it. He should, in my opinion. Who else? I don't know if Ant's going to make it as a starter. He might be an alternate, but I think he should make it, in my opinion. He should. Because they're going to put Dame in there, which is going to be crazy to me, bro, if they put Dame in there. I'm not going to lie. De'Aaron Fox should be up there. He's really showed out. I'll say Sabonis should be an alternate. I don't know about starter, but he could. Well, who are the centers in the? You got Jokic. He might be an alternate. They have no big men in the West, so he might be an alternate, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He might be right there, right behind Jokic. Yeah, I'm not putting Ayton, bro. Ayton, no, no, sir, no, sirski. In the East.
Go ahead for the East. Who you got for the East? Don't say nothing to that.
I'm trying to think. Julius Randle, we already talked about that. He should be up there. The East is just so front court heavy. There's so many forwards. You got to think about Tatum, KD, who else? Giannis, Embiid. It just goes and goes and goes. So to me, that's a little bit tough that he most likely won't make it. I think Jarrett Allen could have somewhat of an argument for a spot. It would be a little bit of a stretch, but so far this season, Jarrett Allen is averaging 14 and 9 with 1 block and a steal. So been really an anchor defensively if you watch him. He looks better than he does on the stat sheet. Jalen Brunson. Tyrese Halliburton probably won't make it, but I think he really should too. Or he could be an alternate. That'd be close between him and Brunson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really it that I can name, honestly.
For the West, I have De'Aaron Fox, Lauri Markkanen.
You don't think Lauri will make it? I feel like he's going to make it, even though he's probably
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, though. I think just the power off the fan vote. It's going to be
him, Jokic, and Sabonis at center. Actually, I almost forgot about him. But him, Jokic, and Sabonis at center are going to be the 3 that are considered, in my opinion. If they put 8 in there, that is literally just off name. That is going to be so dumb.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
You can hate on him, but at the same time, he produces.
He's their leading scorer right now.
Yeah. Who else? Desmond Bain and Sengun from the Rockets.
Sengun should definitely get more love, bro. He
the Rockets, when the Rockets run the offense to him, it's way better.
KPG got hurt and they looked so smooth. I won't lie. They looked a lot better.
Yeah, so that's why those are my people on the West. For the East, people who I think that won't make it, but should get some votes. Tyler Hero.
Oh yeah, I think Tyler Hero. What? He's been running that Heat's offense. Actually, I'm gonna put him over Halliburton.
Yeah, but I'm just saying people that should get love. Uh,
He's been running that offense, but Kyle Lowry's so mid.
uh, Halliburton for sure. DeJounte Murray. Every time I watch DeJounte Murray puts up like 25. But
He
I say some love, some love, some love, some love, some
Yeah.
love.
He only been
Jalen Brunson for sure. Julius Randle for sure. Tyrese Maxey for sure.
he been hurt too much. He just started coming back, even though he did go stupid like most recently though. Like I think that was last game.
Vucevic been playing pretty solid.
Luch has had a very solid season. Was.
So that's yeah. So that's where I'm at. So now that we talked about all stars and people who should get some more love with the voting, all star activities that you want to see. But you want me to go first since you don't know?
You go first. Yeah, I like some in mind, but like
okay. So in my opinion, dunk contest has been mid ever since Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
So, or the skills challenge, whatever. I would say take away that and bring in a one-on-one competition.
Ooh, king of the court.
3 dribbles. You guys are pros. There's like, and in my opinion, one of the best people to like be in it, but probably won't get as much love is CJ McCollum. There's no telling like with CJ McCollum with 3 dribbles. Like I've seen him in the bubble. Like I've seen him with Dame, like with another great score. Like CJ can cook. Like just let him cook. And another thing I would like to see, I want to see like 2-on-2s, like dynamic duos, but like they get to choose their partners. Like players get to choose their partners, but out of a random hat. So like if Jokic pulls and he gets like an Embiid or a Harden, he plays with them and they go against like a Giannis and like a Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I would have to say it have to be one big and one front court.
Yeah,
that'd be the
front court and back court. And what's another good one? 3-point shootout.
Just straight up, like see who can make the most, bro.
No, like you and a partner around the world. And then another one is a big man skills challenge.
That's what I was saying, bro. Like I think,
but don't put in Sabonis, don't put in Jokic, don't put in Embiid. Like, and don't put in single. I want to see guys who like you know how guys like in high school they used to just rebound the ball, just look for the guard. I want to see those guys. Because they're NBA players, so obviously they have some skill in a sense. So I want to see that.
I want to see Jared Allen. Who else?
Jared Allen versus like Mitchell Robinson,
and Rudy,
or like a Rudy Gobert.
Kevon Looney. He's so funny. He's such a goofy dude, bro. Like watching him play just makes me smile because I'm like, bro is just out there like just doing anything. Like,
yeah, those are my all-star activities.
Mine. I guess I took some pages from NFL Pro Bowl weekend and everything like that. I want to see him do a dodgeball thing. I want to see what that looks like. There's some 6-foot+ guys out there trying to dodge some dodgeballs, bro. Like that. Some of these guys are not as coordinated as football players, bro. I'm not gonna lie. In terms of like that type of movement, bro. Like they're kind of lanky and like awkward. So I would really like to see that. I do want to see a race, fastest player, bro. I want to see who's fastest in the league. Like I think that would be very interesting. Like in the NFL, it's like everyone pretty much knows it's Tyreek. Like, and there's like it's a little bit of a gap between who's next. Maybe the next closest is his teammate Waddle. Like, it's hard. But in the NBA, like I think that would be a good comp. Like I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who I think would just be the fastest player. Like back in the day, I would say John Wall, but I don't know if he's got that speed no more. So I would like to see him go out there, see somebody get jaw, maybe like see someone go out there and prove it, bro. Like I think that would be fun.
That'd be kind of fun. Like dribbling the basketball out the court against each other.
Yep, and I'd like to see horse competition of horse. But,
we haven't had a horse in so long.
Yes, bro. A trick shot type horse, like taking crazy shots, not nothing like don't take no free throws, don't do no layups, like do something cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. Or like a mascot mashup.
Yeah. Mascot versus mascot. Harry's winning.
Bro. Wow. You said
Facts.
He's not though. But okay. So now, once All-Star break ends, which teams do you think that will catch stride?
I feel like we do this every season. Warriors start off bad. We start talking trash about them. Everyone's like, the Warriors, can they do it? Blah, 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 blah. They're not built for this year. Their dynasty's over. Championship, blah, blah, blah. Bruh, it's the Warriors, bruh. Like, it's the Warriors. As soon as the All-Star break ends, they lock in. They're going to go on that roll. They're going to hit playoffs. They're probably going to get past their first two teams. I expect them to be Western Conference Finals, and then we'll see what can happen, bro. So I'm going to say the Warriors, they're definitely going to hit their stride after this, bro. Like, it was only a matter of time, like, honestly, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. Another team in the West, I want to give two for each. Clippers. I think Clippers are really going to start, like, getting on a roll. Like, they've just, like, they got everyone back healthy probably like earlier this month, like late December, stuff like that. And they've still had a few like nicks and knacks here and there, bro. So I want to see what happens when they're after that All-Star break, when they've all got time to rest, they're fully healthy, and all those guys are on the court playing. I think they could see if they could maybe reach up to that 2 to 4 range, 2-3 seed possibly. In the East, I really want to say the Hawks. I really do want to say the Hawks, but I just don't know. Like, they're so iffy right now. They lose to teams they shouldn't be. Like, why did we lose to the Hornets the other day? Why did we lose to the Bulls like 2 days ago? Like, it's just like stupid stuff like that, bro. So I really badly want to say the Hawks. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Hawks. Screw it. Like, the Hawks got to get on a roll, bro. Like, it's like do or die right now, especially for a guy like Nate McMillan, bro. Like, you got to figure it out, bro. Like, and the Hawks, their biggest problem, I think, in my opinion, is health. Like, there's two players that, like, Trey is an absolutely crucial player on offense. DeJounte Murray is an absolutely crucial player. But when DeAndre Hunter and Clint Capella aren't playing, you can see a visible difference in that team, bro. DeAndre Hunter's the guy who likes to guard big wings, and he likes to guard the perimeter and mid-range, and he can do that very well. And then Clint Capella's the anchor in the middle. And when either of those players are not in, you can automatically see offensive players from the other team start playing better. Like, they start hooking us, bro. So we'll like to see them healthy and see what they do then. Another team that I think will get on a roll is I think Miami's going to figure out a way to lock in, get it together. I don't know if they're going to make a trade. I think they possibly will. But I think they're going to lock in, see what they can do defensively, get it together, and I think Jimmy's going to get back on one and get into his scoring bag. Maybe finally maybe average like 25. Like, he needs to. Like, it doesn't make sense that he doesn't, because as soon as he hit playoffs, bro, averages like 30. So, like, come on now, lock in.
Yeah. For the West, I'll say the Pelicans will sustain their stride after All-Star break, getting Brandon Ingram healthy, Zion back healthy, with the way the team's playing. I think they'll find a flow and a rhythm going into the playoffs, and that would make them a real threat to, like, the Nuggets, to the Grizzlies, maybe even to the Warriors. We don't know, but I think they are going to sustain their stride. And another team, yeah, the Warriors. Like, they do this every year. Like, they start off like so lax, and then after All-Star break, I think like Draymond gives them a speech, and the Steph's like, all right, like, let's go play. And then first game after, Clay drops 40. And then next game, Steph drops 40. Then another game, Jordan Poole and Steph combined for 70. So it's just little stuff like that. And then for the East, I'll say the Cavaliers pick it up. They started catching wind.
I give you that. They were hot to start off, and then they got hurt a little bit.
Yeah, so I think they'll come back. They'll come back to senses. They'll find their stride. Another team, it's between the Knicks and the Hawks. Whichever team can come out and be more healthy at the end of the day, that team will catch their stride the most. And
I agree.
And then they can play an upset role in the playoffs with the big teams because they both, like the Hawks have the experience, but the Knicks have the defense to limit some opportunities for those bigger teams. So whichever one of those teams are healthy and the stars that are more available to their team and the role players that are more available to their team, that team will catch their stride after All-Star break. Well, you have any last words, Justin?
Go Hawks, I guess. We'll see what they can do. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. The only last thing I'll say is I didn't get to mention this earlier, but OKC is another team that surprised me. Even though they're still not even in a play-in spot, like their record is a lot better than I thought it would be. So
yeah, 100%. Okay. My last final words. We have to cherish LeBron, and because once he's gone, he's gone.
Facts, bro. Averaging like 36 in his last 10 games off 50% shooting. Like 38 years old. Jordan didn't do this. Like Jordan could never do that, bro. I'm sorry. Like
Yes, sir. So we have to cherish LeBron until his time run out. So cherish greatness while we have it.
facts.
All right. See you guys later. Peace.
Deuce.